And this one is a competitive deck builder, but it also looks like it has a really solid solo mode as well. And something that makes this one really interesting, and one of the reasons that's my own personal pick of the week, is that this is a deck builder where you're going to be modifying your deck really rapidly, because each turn you're going to be able to burn a card from your hand, and whenever you do that, you're going to be sliding that into one of the slots on the top of your own personal player board, which is going to help build up an engine that can allow you to buy more cards or do different things later in the game. And I really love this because it means you're going to be ending up with a very different deck at the end of the game than what you started with, unlike a lot of other deck building games where it's really difficult to burn cards from your hand. But this is also going to create some pretty tense decisions because you're always going to have to discard a card from your hand, which means that if you draw a bunch of cards that you really like, you're going to have to choose one of them to burn. And I think this bit of chaos will just add a ton of excitement as you're trying to roll with the punches, but it won't be too punishing because you will be changing your deck so rapidly that you will recover from it. But in this game, each player is actually going to be managing two different decks. There's your development deck, which is the main deck in the game and the way that you're going to be performing your actions. And then there is the combat deck that only ever really comes into play anytime that you choose to take a combat action. On a turn, you'll draw 5 of those development cards into your hand, and then you'll be discarding 1 to one of the areas of your board, and then you'll be able to take 2 actions. And the actions that you have to choose from is to play a card, which can allow you to do different things like gain coins or blocks, which are used to purchase more cards, or building cards, which actually go into a tableau and can be used once per turn outside of your hand of cards. But some of these cards will even have a combat action, which will allow you to engage in combat at one of the different locations on the location board. And in order to do that, you just choose one of these locations, with the mountains being more difficult and the forests being more simple. And revealing that tile will reveal a combat value. You'll be able to draw as many cards from your combat deck equal to the number of empty edges of the tile that you have chosen to reveal. And a successful combat will earn you the resources that are revealed on that tile. But depending on the cards that you draw from either deck, it might allow you to do some additional things like draw more cards into your hand, modify your deck, or even augment other cards in your hand. But other than playing a card from your hand, you can use an action to purchase a card from the shared market, or to use one of the action tiles on either side of the board. And whenever you use that action tile, you're going to be flipping it over to the other side, revealing another version of that action, which will be flipping back and forth each time that that action is taken. And players are doing all of this to try and gain gold, which they can then turn into gold ingots by using actions, and then the first player that gains 10 ingots wins the game. And if you want to check this one out for yourself, I got links in the description below.